Somewhere on this planet, sealed inside chambers of frozen rock, sits enough refined poison to kill every person alive today. And depending on whose estimate you trust, it could kill us all over again a second time, maybe even a third or a fourth. It is not a weapon. Nobody built it on purpose. It is arsenic trioxide, 237,000 tons of it. And it is sitting under a real city where real people buy groceries and drop their kids off at school, right on the shore of one of the largest lakes in North America. That city is Yellowknife, located in Canada's far north, about 250 miles south of the Arctic Circle. And the story of how it ended up sitting on top of a poison stockpile starts like so many disasters do, with gold. In the late 1930s, prospectors found gold in the rock around Yellowknife's Great Slave Lake. Within a decade, the town had transformed from a scattering of tents into a booming mining settlement. Giant Mine opened in 1948. Over the following decades, it pulled more than 7 million ounces of gold out of the ground, becoming one of the richest and most productive gold mines in Canadian history. But here is the part almost nobody plans for. The gold at Giant Mine was locked inside a mineral called arsenopyrite. The only way to get the gold out was to roast the ore at extreme heat. That roasting process released a deadly byproduct, arsenic trioxide gas. It is one of the most acutely toxic substances known to industrial chemistry. In the mine's early years, before anyone forced the company to control it, that gas simply went up a smokestack and out into the air. They were pumping out more than 2,000 tons of arsenic trioxide every single year. It settled onto the snow, into the ponds, and into the water that Yellowknife's residents, many of them from the Yellowknife's Dean First Nation, drank straight from the land. In April of 1951, a young boy died after drinking snowmelt water on Latham Island. His death was later tied directly to arsenic exposure. Arsenic trioxide has one especially dangerous property. It dissolves easily in water. That is precisely what makes it so lethal, and precisely why you cannot just bury it and walk away. Left alone, groundwater would eventually reach it, dissolve it, and carry it straight into Great Slave Lake, one of the largest freshwater sources on the continent. So when Giant Mine finally closed in 2004, the Canadian government inherited a problem with no clean solution. You cannot destroy arsenic. It is an element. It does not decay, it does not break down. It will still be arsenic in 10,000 years. The only real options were to move it, seal it, or freeze it. Engineers chose to freeze it. But here is the twist most people never hear about. Roasting the ore for decades didn't just poison the surface, it also destroyed the permafrost that once kept groundwater locked in place underground. So now, engineers have to recreate artificial permafrost by hand. They do this using hundreds of tall metal towers called thermosiphons, driven deep into the ground around the arsenic chambers. These towers work without power or moving parts. Carbon dioxide inside them absorbs heat below ground, rises as a gas, cools in the Arctic air above, turns back into a liquid, and sinks again. It is an endless loop, pulling heat out of the earth and keeping the rock around the arsenic at -5 degrees Celsius, or colder. It is, by design, a solution with no end date. The Canadian government has a specific name for this. They call it perpetual care. Those two quiet words mean something enormous. This project has no finish line. Not in our lifetimes, not in our grandchildren's. Some of the very officials overseeing the site have stated plainly that this maintenance may need to continue for centuries. The freezing plan is not even considered a permanent fix. It is just the best available option until someone, someday invents something better.
Which leaves us with the strangest problem of all, one that has no engineering solution. How do you warn someone 1,000 years from now not to dig here? Not just someone who doesn't speak your language, but someone who might not use your alphabet, your symbols, or even recognize a skull and crossbones the way we do today. Researchers studying this exact problem have looked at how the United States tries to mark its buried nuclear waste, using giant spike fields and imagery designed to look threatening in any culture at any point in the future. But nobody knows if it will work. Nobody has ever had to test a warning meant to survive 10,000 generations.
For now, the towers keep pumping. The rock stays frozen, and Yellowknife keeps living its life directly above a mountain of poison with no expiration date. If a town near you sits on a legacy like this, we want to hear about it in the comments, because these stories are more common than most people realize. And somewhere under that frozen rock, one truth remains unchanged. Arsenic does not care how long we wait to deal with it. It will simply wait longer than we can.